FYI, they've got a new feature on Discord, and I think it's much better idea for us. So I removed the one called Trading Chat and changed the name of this one. That's this new channel for us to speak in there called Members Chat. I call it Members Chat. And every time you have something you want to talk about, you title it and it becomes a post. Sort of like if you were on Twitter and you tweeted something. It becomes a post topic. And then if people want to talk about it further from there, all the conversations go into that post, into that topic. I think that's brilliant. And they disappear after 24 hours, but they stay in the archive, so you can go back there and read them. And they're tagged by category like day trading, swing trading, etc. And so you could click, for instance, day trading, and not only would you see only the pertinent day trading posts of the day, but you'd also see the huge archive of everything that was related to day trading. So it's a pretty cool thing, and I think we're going to try and switch around to chatting that way over there in the Discord. And then I changed the main chat to just called public chat, and that's just like the public channel. It's kind of like the lobby of most of the Discords. So members chat is the main area to be chatting, and you stay on topic. You find an existing topic that you might already want to come in and talk about something that's already existing. You just go in there and you start talking in there about the same topic. You don't create another topic of the same topic. People won't like that. Unless you have an opposite view or something. But even that's the same. Somebody might be like, Nicola, bullish. And you can get in there and go like, nah, I'm bearish on this. Also, Tupperware, yeah, going crazy this morning. Going crazy last 7 days, 8 days. Up almost 850% in 8 days. And they're saying it's the next meme stock like GME, AMC, Kodak, etc. All right, let's take a look at the market. Now, I drew this box like 2 days after we topped on the market and said, if we can stay in this box for a little while, that'd be great. It would refuel the market. Like, remember how we've talked about how rallies that break out and start running from horizontal boxes tend to do better than rallies that break out and start running from vertical boxes, like boxes that are skinnier than they are tall. And yes, it does depend on the time frame. How you've stretched your charts and stuff, but you do end up getting a relative feel for what's tall and what's wide as you look at things. Like this one's wide, still worked, but a healthy base is nice and wide. And so it lasts a while, and this is good. So that's what was kind of happening on the market is we're back down just a little bit off of this sort of inner resistance level of 385 on the Qs. This morning we're back down just a tiny bit after yesterday's day. And we do have like a couple of econ reports going on this week to adjust the markets, but mostly it's earnings that are going to adjust the market this week, if anything. And so today, prediction-wise, it could really do anything. Yesterday was a low volume day, tight, and today it's not really very reactive. So we might get something similar today, similar to yesterday. All your leaders, though, should be moving. We got Nicola, we got RGTI. Those ones were flying this morning, while the market is doing nothing, basically. But we're also in other decent moving names, such as Alto and Dish a couple days ago. Upstart continues to do well. Rivian. And then we've got some runners that are doing well. FNGR, OSTK. So that's the way to do it. If the market's not doing much and yet we've got all these winners doing really well, what's going on? Well, we're finding the leaders of the market. We're finding where the action is while the market's paused, and that's a great thing. Yeah. All right, we've got 10 minutes until the market opens, and I believe we're pretty much on top of things. It would be nice if you could create a new post right from right-clicking the members chat area. I guess they'll probably fix that at some point. So anyway, Nikola is up, by the way, it says, because it got an additional grant for hydrogen infrastructure in California. And that has changed the valuation of the company based on that contract. So this is where we may stand for a little while. Nikola. I mean, we were waiting and hoping for a breakout because, we're getting in this base here on this pullback on it. And we're opening way above it. So, just got a gift. It did 120% in 2 days. Okay, so just to let you know, like, what kind of potential we're working with here. And prior to that, 251% in 7 days. So this is why we've been stalking Nikola, trying to coordinate for an entry. We got in, I got out, we got in again, and now look at where we are. So good stuff, Mike. What'd you say? I think, Carl, you're in it too? Great. Okay, good. Well, it's the topic du jour then. And Tupperware could be something today as far as probably a day trade. You would not be getting in now for a swing trade. That'd be just donkey behavior. You'd be getting your ass really handed to you soon enough. Because it's just such a wrong decision. It would just show that you make tons of wrong decisions. You will be getting your ass handed to you if you did that. You got to get it on a capitulation, pullback capitulation of some kind on the daily, not just intraday. But yeah, this stock could just keep flying. It's short squeezing. In addition to it, it's mostly a short squeeze, probably. Because how does Tupperware go up 850%? It's actually more than that now, I think. Oh, yeah, 850% in a week. Well, I guess they could have improved their margins somehow, but not that much. Are you trying to tell me that the demand for Tupperware? I mean, actually, I just did buy some Tupperware. Maybe the demand for Tupperware is, maybe they've been using NLP and they've been programming everyone to subliminally to buy Tupperware. No, this is a short squeeze. It's Tupperware. What's changed with Tupperware? I mean, unless it's transparent aluminum, right? All right. Well, cool. We're on top of the market. We got 6 minutes. Yeah, it's a Tupperware with AI. That's great. AI in a box. Nanobots. So small you can't see them. Oh, that's a good one. BlackRock is propping them up. Okay. LTRY just came up on my list. Let's see what's going on over there. Lottery, LTRY, lottery.com. Yeah, that's one of, boy, a lot of fundamental changes going on lottery.com, huh? Well, they just added AI, so no. No, nothing going on there. Not a ton of volume. Yeah, I think we pretty much got our picks this morning. And we're already in them. QUBT, if it can show some positive signs, if it can get over VWAP and then maybe over this pivot $1.80, it can become an entry for a swing trade. QU. Really expanded yesterday, had a lot of volume. 18 what? 18% ADR on that yesterday versus the typical 9%, so it's doubled in just one day. If it did break out of 180, then you'd just put a stop below whatever low it's creating right now, which is like $1.50. So like 30 cents of risk if it breaks 180 to get you all prepared on QUBT. That would be for a swing trade. Actually, let me take a look at the daily chart on that because 30 cents of risk might not cover it. No, it's a catalyst type day. So yeah, you would go 30 cents of risk. It's it's projected to do highest volume since like February, highest volume day since. Oh, actually, even more than this one. I was examining that earlier. Highest volume by end of day. Okay, highest volume day since November 21. So like a year and a half, and it's popping potentially over the 200 moving average. Anyway, it's bearish pre-market already, but this could be a bullish happening on QUB. 30 cents of risk at $1.80 entry if it makes it. Oh, Oshia. Yeah, this is another one that's got a little ABCD pattern it's in right now below VWAP. Oshia, OCEA, 13 million float. How many minutes? 2 minutes and 30 seconds before they open. Here. Oh, we went through them all. Tupperware, Nicola, Agri, ABVC. I've looked at all these. And the market has bounced off of pre-market lows. Sign that there's some support down here. Therefore, indicating that today's potentially going to be like a doji day, which is maybe more rotation. Yesterday we did a rotation out of healthcare and basically defensives and value and into growth, which is a bullish sign, a very bullish sign. Oh, and now that I have you all here again, the way we talk now in the Discord is in the members chat area. You create a post about what you want to talk about, and then the whole conversation stays in that post, and then it disappears in 24 hours, and but stays in the archive. You can fully find it and read it and continue the conversation if it's a more longer term conversation. And I think it reactivates it for another 24 hours if it comes alive again. I don't know. We'll see. So that's a new way we're doing. I've structured the group right now. Some new feature that they gave us and for subscribers only. Oh, some of you may not have switched your subscription over, so you won't be able to access that. So you do need to switch your subscription over to the new Discord subscription. Like I've told you that a million fucking times. Yeah. So if you haven't done that, get on top of it. Notified everybody probably 20 times. That's you. Carl, so you can't see look, here's what it looks like. The member area now. I'll post it here. Profit taking on Nikola by existing shareholders. Supplies. RGTI profit taking as well. Both of what we were holding. Selling off at the open. Both of what we were holding that popped, selling off at the open. If some new buyers come in, some new owners maybe want in. Okay, Tupperware putting in a sign that it might fly for you intraday traders over VWAP here. We're now 1 minute into the market, so 1 minute opening breakouts do apply to high momentum, high R-vol stocks. Any of those. Tupperware fading. Swing trade on Tupperware, the swing trade entry, we're looking for it to pull back for a week. All right, got to take a look at some of my positions, manage anything not going the right way. At least take a look at them. SoFi, 50% pulled back after the pop yesterday. I'm okay with that. Let's just see where it goes from there. Dish giving back half of its gains on us this morning. So let's see if that picks up as well. Babysitting positions. Hey, VRM. This is one of our runners. Let's see how it's doing because it's pulling back today. It's doing fine. You know, we probably want to cradle this along this 20 moving average. That's the straight one here. You know, the first straight one. This one's straight too, but this one's the first straight one. So we can expect 76% off of the straight moving average there. In the future. In the future. So like 370 would be the next target on VRM high side. Yeah, so if any of you don't see the new members chat area or can't access it, it's because you haven't switched over your membership in ages, and you're supposed to. You need to subscribe to the Discord over in the subscribe Discord area. It's called server subscriptions. And then we'll take care of the overlap. You know, you got to go cancel out your other subscription. And if there's any refund due, then private message me and I'll get you that exact refund. So that way you'll now be on the latest and greatest. That was actually pretty clever of Discord to do that because, well, anyway. I don't know if any of you are entrepreneurs, but that's a very interesting business strategy because that particular feature only works with Discord subscriptions. So you couldn't offer that to your members unless you couldn't offer that with other third-party subscription services. This just keeps tanking, it looks like. I gotta take a look at I gotta take a look at Dish on the daily. Get an idea, but it just seems okay, but your risk is where your risk is. RGTI is coming back up. Nice. What else is giving us a little bit of a challenge? Plug. It's looking okay. We got in yesterday. Just, this is what happens when you get in high. The Dow is flying, and so is the S&P 500, but not the Qs. So value, safety, industrials, inflationaries, looks like financials, mostly industrials, and that would be inflationaries, and yet not gold. And the VIX is also decreasing. So, having it's getting more pleasant of an environment, and yet the Qs aren't flying yet. So that's divergence, I would say. And I think that the Qs are going to move up based on that divergence. Plugs finding support. Let's see anything else. Fix FIXX. Filling it in a little bit. This one is that SoFi or SoFi. Yeah, I'll leave it be, but we don't have much more wriggle room. Rig, I have puts on Rig. I gotta look at this. All right, Rig seems to be dropping according to my puts. Also up is Siri, which I had what? Turn the arrow. There we go. Calls on. Okay. Yeah, and Siri's moving up a little bit. Uber. And on Uber, I have puts. Okay, and Uber is moving down. Good on the things that I'm looking good on. Now, S Power possibly has gone the other way. Let me see. Got a call on. Actually, that looks like it's doing okay as well. And then, my Pfizer ER Lotto getting all of the premium getting all sucked out of it. 36.5 call. The other way on the earnings reaction. Although it's coming off of the bottom, I'm going to have to let that ride. Marriott. So I got like $560 worth of ER Lottos yesterday, and right now they're at $501. So that's not bad for taking those risks. That's like a 92% retention of value at the moment. And that was just for 6 ER Lottos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And they may shape up better or worse throughout the day. I'll keep you posted on that. But with Mar, what did I get? Yeah, and it's downtrending. All right, let's go back to FIXX. What are you doing? Normal oscillation. So is that you, Carl? You said you can't see the member chat area? All right, so get that taken care of for you. Yeah, it looks like in general everything's improving. I think the Qs are coming up now. I don't have a real close view on that. Let's see. Well, they certainly are coming up off the bottom. Let's look at all those other stocks. Tupperware didn't break pre-market high, but it did come up and over a VWAP. It did come over a VWAP, where you would have risked if you wanted to do an intraday trade on that. Not a swing trade entry, but an intraday trade. You would have risked at about 525 with a stop at 480. But now it's pulled back on you. Nikola's found the support, found some demand. So has RGTI, and so has Dish. Letting those breathe has worked out a little bit in your direction and the direction of the trade. Wow, we're up 30% on Yell. I didn't even know that. We're up 32% on Yell. Okay, yeah, it's flying off of the open. Old Yeller. It's coming up on the 200 moving average. And I'm going to double up my position here since my average is so good. Doubling up might have been a little bit too much. That brought my average up to just under $2. Would have preferred it at about $1.80. But we're coming up on the 200 moving average with a ton of RVOL. The kind of RVOL that will slice through any resistance. Dish is testing again. It's really the one that's being quite testy in the portfolio this morning. FIXX, that one's very light volume. ANET could be a swing. Yes, you got to tell me these things before the market opens, because we in many cases we need the 1 minute breakout. Okay, right now it's at whatever breakout. So now I can do a quick analysis. We're projected to do 400% RVOL. And it's just breaking out of the 5 minute range. So grab it with a stop to the bottom. 180, about $10 of risk on ANET. And this could be a day one ER trade, EP catalyst day. ANET. Off of earnings. It's a full risk trade. Oh, I don't think I have enough money for that. Oh, all right. It gave it to me. I guess it's highly marginable. All right. Well, everything's just settling in here. Apparently. I'm actually thinking maybe. Oh, what's up? It's just like a 5-minute dip buy. Oh, you mean like the mega buy? Is that what you're referring to? Where's the right on ANET? It's how I played it. Well, it worked out that way. I mean, it worked out that way. If you waited for the first minute, 60 seconds, you would not have had a signal. So then what? It moves to 2 minutes. But before it gets to 5 minutes, if it had broken out, you would enter. But then 5 minutes transpired, so now you got a 5-minute candle that you got to work with, and we just basically broke the 5-minute candle. Yeah, there was like 2 smaller candles. Switch over. This is not the 5-minute. If I switch over to the 5-minute, you can kind of see it. Big first 5-minute candle, half size second 5-minute candle, upper breakout candle. But the thing is, I think ANET, it needs a little assist. Let's check out some Fall from Graces. Make sure we're on top of that. Is that HLIT? HLIT. Okay, let's see. Easy to borrow. Bouncing too much. I could maybe short that. If it'll let me. HLIT. All right, give it to me. That in shorts. I'm always looking for shorts. Just takes the hell out of the market. Hedged up with some shorts. Short deltas. All right, looks like all these options are settling in now. I got to make some decisions, I think. S Power. All these ER lottos. Uber. What? Right decision. Siri. Down, so I'm going to close that out. Pfizer. Call. and keep that open. Marriott was a put. Right direction, and now is probably a good time back on that. Adding in ANET to my total view. Really wish you could add negative stocks in here. So I think you can do mathematical operators. Let me see. And you have divided by minus stock minus another stock to the power of 1 divided by minus like that. Minus Upstart would put everything. All right. Did it add a minus Upstart? Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh, I could divide it by -1. Let's see if that works. So like one of my shorts is LS divided by -1. Trying to find another stock. -1 divided by APLS. Oh, it did. Oh, it did. Correct. Let me see something that's up quite a bit. LYV %. Dude, I fucking tricked the system. Wait, did I do divided by? Divided by won't work. What did I do? Oh, I did -1. Oh yeah, -1 divided by something makes it negative, right? Do I have that figured out right in my mind? Let's see, -1 divided by like 40 should be -40, right? Oh, it's not. No, I'm not doing the math right. Damn. But maybe you can do multiplication. Try that. First, I get rid of this -1 APLS thing. Okay. Now let's try it again. Let's try multiplication. -1 times APLS. It says it's up 0.35%, and I think that's correct. I cracked the system. Yes. I can put my shorts on my total view now. That's awesome. But I got to double check another stock just to be sure. Something up a little bit more in my shorts, about 1, 2, 3% is LYV. -1 times LYV. Enter, and it should show up like 2 or 3%. Where are you? Oh, there it is. And up 0.3%. And now APLS is up more? Let me see. No, it's not up more. These numbers are doing weird things, I think. I may have cracked the system incorrectly here. May not have cracked the system. Let's take a look at ANET, which we just got in. That flowing. It's making some progress. I'm showing we're up 0.5% on ANET. Did I add that? Oh, I did add it. Oh, it shows it's up 15% on the day. That's the only thing is this is not my, the percentage gain is not from my portfolio. It's just, these are just stocks on charts. But it does show me the shape, so I can see, okay, here's ANET. It's this yellow one, and I can see, okay, yeah, it's grinding up. Good. I don't know if these shorts are working, but whatever. RGTI is down and moving down. Let me see. But not since yesterday, just on the day. Okay. That's why I like to push it over like this and make it from yesterday's close. There we go. So in that sense, I can see that real is down 6% since yesterday's close. And it's something I need to look at. I don't even have it anymore. Tilray is down like 6%. Tilray. Yeah. Sorry? Oh, Carl, your mic went on. I turned you off. Oh, I do still have that. Okay. LD is worth looking at. The market's just chopping around. APL. After a fresh entry, it has come back almost to our entry. How many days have we been in this now? It's almost time to close it. Yeah, we've been in it for 6, 7, 8 days. It needs to be 50%ed. So I'm doing that right now. Freeing up some money is what that does. It's automatic. Just found support. Hopefully it holds. Oshia never went. Tupperware failed out. That's an intraday trade that you probably shouldn't even fully have been in. You want a day trade. Qubit never happened. Up TD, that was something I was looking at. Didn't go. Yeah, Oshia faded. Nicola's grinding back up after profit taking. RGTI, same deal there. That good news. Somebody said to look at AMD. Let's take a look. But you got to remember the AMD is a low ADR. Yeah, AMD's fucking pumping, man. It's fucking pumping. It's up 0.67%. This is like, this is what happens with these stocks. They really fool you. But wait a minute. Was this an ER play? I mean, hey, ER is ER. It is 3.3% ADR. It's not nothing. But when was the ER? Was last night? Okay, so I think if I have that correctly, or it's happening tonight. What's the difference here? Earnings are tonight. Yeah, so we'll know by the end of the day whether or not that could be a lotto play. Looks like no. I'm going to already predict it, that there isn't going to be a autoplay there. See, the setup is not correct. All right. Well, what time is it here? Yep, we've hit the top of the hour. Yeah, you had me fired up for a whole second. Yeah, my first iteration there was pretty convincing, and then it turned into sarcasm. Oh man, yes, it was very authentic. Oh, by the way, I saw Oppenheimer. I posted my fucking thoughts into the public chat. Like I literally recommend don't go see it. Like it's a boring ass fucking movie about mostly politics. Yeah, RJ, I was super surprised. People hyping it up are just loser fanboys, I guess, of Christopher Nolan. It was nothing amazing. I mean, you'd think this thing about like, the atom bomb would have like I expected like an incredible, amazing sequence about the atom bomb. That was nothing. It was like a World War II documentary. It was very, and it's black and white footage. It was a hearings. It was a trial. The whole movie is a trial movie. That's it, the whole movie, like the Oppenheimer trials. They're sitting at the desks in front of Congress. There's back and forth. They're talking about communism, left, right, Russia, um, Japan, eventually, and Hitler, at one point. But there's none of that shown. He focuses, he hyper focuses on Oppenheimer. So like, there's just people talking, and when it's in color, it's kind of muted, and when it's in black and white, it's black and white and kind of blown out. It's like real bright, like, and I swear to God, it's like a low budget film. Like somebody really needs to tell you the honest truth, you guys, like about it. You gotta stop listening to these fanboys and people who are on the film and all that. It was like it is shot for IMAX. I saw some of the cameras they used with these giant thing with like multiple lenses all over it. I'm like, are you a fucking nutcase to make this stupid movie? What is wrong with you? Like a total mental case, because he made a movie you could have made with video cameras. I mean, like it was so simple and nothing. It was insane, insanely let down. Yeah, there's nothing amazing. So but you could count on him to give you something a little bit philosophical in the end. But to me, that just felt like a little book. What do they call them? They call it a book. What do they call it when you put a thing in your bookcase that holds the books? I forget what they call that thing. Damn, I can't think of it. Bookend. Thank you. It felt like just a bookend. He had this like, well, I'm not gonna fucking talk about that. I'm not gonna give away that fucking ending. But in the end, he did a bookend thing. Like they didn't have any money. Like a bookend thing at the end, and gave you like this deep philosophical thought. Everybody's talking about that, the last shot, which believe me is nothing. It just, all it does is it makes you think a little bit deep philosophically. It's not an amazing shot or anything. You know what I mean? Like it's low budge, but like it piques the right like bookend interest to make you think like, so you can walk home going like, wow, that's a pretty good point. That's a pretty good point about that. so you have something, and then like this kind of format is not uncommon with Christopher Nolan, so I'm not giving anything away by talking about this, is that he has the timeline going shuffled, I guess you could say. like the middle or the beginning might be, I mean, the middle or the end might be at the beginning, or part of an ending cross section might be at the beginning, etc. It's like a little bit jumbled around like that. But in this case, it was for no reason. Like, all that did was kept you in your seat, because you're like, but what about that weird thing you showed me earlier? So that an hour and 70 minutes fucking later, you can go like, oh, okay, that's fucking boring. Like, I thought he said this to that guy. Why did he say that? And then later, like 2 hours in, oh, this is the part. This is the part they talked about earlier, and now we're going to find out. Oh, it's just that? Oh, okay. And then it goes on for another fucking hour with people talking. And I'm not saying I didn't like the movie. It was a good movie. Like, in other words, like, if you can he make a movie? Can he make a movie? Yeah, he made a movie. Oh my god, it's a little movie. He made a movie, and he did it. I see these movies on Lifetime Channel, on Hallmark Channel. It's a fucking. Have you ever watched an Oliver Stone film? That's exactly what it felt like. It was completely unoriginal in its style and format, because Oliver Stone made these formats. He did that movie about Kennedy, the assassination of Kennedy. It felt just like that. That was the movie. There was nothing amazing. There was, I wouldn't call it any special effect. There was no, like, I mean, there was, but like, it was like you could have got it off stock footage. It felt like the lowest budget thing. And then it's got a black and white interstitial stylistic, like funny camera. It's like, it's people talking. Oh, another thing it reminded me was Lincoln by Steven Spielberg. Boring as fucking movie, Lincoln. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes of Lincoln in the dark office, talking with two people, recollecting or planning, and they show fucking nothing. It's like the new thing, I guess. If you make a biopic about a person, you keep the camera on the person. You don't, if there's something else fascinating that the person did, you don't show that. It's about the person. So anyway, highly disappointing as far as the level of hype that it got. And but I wouldn't recommend going to see it in the theater. There's absolutely nothing you would get out of the theater that you wouldn't get off of a 55-inch screen at home. It's like, there's no thing. I mean, I'm sure you have a sound system at home, so when come on, I'm not giving anything away, but it's about the fucking atomic bomb, right? But by the way, they didn't even show that. I'm talking about like what you probably think. Boring as fuck. And then if there, should be something, let's just call it, if there should be something loud, you have a sound system at home for that. You don't need that. And it's, how long can it last? So I'm saying you don't need to go see this movie. And I'm not saying, like, if you want to see it, don't see it in the movie theater. Go support it. If you want to support, his movies and you want to go see it, go see it. But I'm telling you, it's boring as fuck. I know movies. And it's actually nothing new. I mean, if he's trying to be like making a great drama and biopic movie about kind of a person, that's been done millions of times. And if he's trying to add style to it, Oliver Stone did that, what he just did. Oliver Stone's already done that, and probably actually better. And then Europeans have been making movies like that for a long time. I know movies and I know cinema. I've studied it my whole life and worked in the industry. It was, nothing special. I actually, out of 5 stars, I gave it 2 stars. And the second star I gave just because it was technically well done, like as a filmmaker. In other words, it was, nice shots, good angles, good editing, great sound. The music was fucking annoying as hell. Like, it's conversations between people, and there's non-stop it's a trial, right, between Congress, and they're talking. Like, did you ever see the one about the guy Howard Hughes? What was that movie called? One with about Howard Hughes. And he flies the airplanes and stuff. You remember in that movie, if you've seen it, I forget the name of that movie. Uh, there was like a whole trial section in Congress, and he's sitting there. It was like the whole movie of Oppenheimer rests on and pins around one of those, like one of those sessions where they're talking about with Congress. Except in the Howard Hughes movie, there was no music during those sections until it really built up, and there was one spot where it did a little bit of a montage. But for the most part, when there was just conversations going on, you listened. There was no music, so you actually listened to what they were saying. In Oppenheimer, there's this music going on. It's like they're just pressing him for a question, and it's not even that crazy. And so you can't even concentrate really on what they're saying. Yeah, no, that's another one that was even better. You can't. What was that movie called? You Can't Handle the Truth. All Great Men or something. All Good Men. Good Men. I forget. A Few Good Men. Yeah, that's what it was. Christopher Nolan made what do they call it? A courtroom drama. That's what it is. It's a courtroom drama. And when it's not in the courtroom drama, it's between the government, military, and Oppenheimer drama in a office, or office in situations around the government. It becomes like a military government trial drama conversation. Like, wow. But you know what? Also worth a star. So that made it 2 stars. The first star it gets because of the subject. It was actually pretty historical and interesting to learn about. But you could see it on the Discovery Channel. You could see it on National Geographic Channel or something. Actually, National Geographic documentaries are better, frankly, because they're more amazing. Actually, I've seen documentaries that are way more amazing. Amazing is not a word I'd use on this. Interstellar, amazing. Oppenheimer, why are people going to see it? I don't get it. And I enjoyed it. I liked it for what it was, but I can recognize when the movie's 2 stars and not 5. But the way they've been hyping it up, I thought it was going to win an Academy Award for Best Picture. They said it was like undeniably the best picture of the year. I mean, you got to have your head up Christopher Nolan's ass way far to say that. I mean, this is nowhere. This is a nothing. This movie is vapor. It could exist or not. It changes nada. So anyway, go see it. Yeah, you're like, maybe not. Yeah, no, not impressive, not amazing, boring, interesting, worth $50 with popcorn and a drink and going with your friend and shit for much longer than it should have been. Like, wow, I don't know how long that movie was. It felt like 3.5 hours. No, you'll find yourself at one point in there going like, wow, Evan was right. And like, I could have just been like forwarding my life 3 hours more productivity and efficiency wise. And I'm stuck in here, but I guess I'll watch it. I'm telling you, there's going to come a point like that in the movie. Anyway, all right, what do we got here? ANET is continuing. Pass. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I'm being totally honest and genuine and telling you just based on the merits alone, objectively. All right, looking through here. Okay. Yep, there we go. See, S Power and Pfizer are now up on those lottos. It's perfect for Netflix, yeah. And actually, even that, Carl, I'll bet you something, $10, $20, drinks when you see me next, lunch, dinner, whatever it is. I'll bet you actually stop watching it even when you bring it up on Netflix, that you actually don't even watch it the whole way through. I will bet you that, because there's no way in hell anybody watches that movie all the way through when they literally have the ability to not be trapped in a movie theater, stuck in it, pot committed. Yeah, you believe me. Yeah, I think in that situation, it's not even going to happen. Oh, he is? Yeah. Well, he should go see it so he can know what the fuck I'm talking about and learn something. No, he needs to get more objective and really understand things instead of being like trapped in a Nolan box. Pull out, watch some fucking Asian cinema, watch some European cinema, absorb the last 125 years of cinema, know what's really been done and whether or not Nolan has done any fucking thing interesting on this movie or not. Original. Yeah. So here, Mike, pass him the thing. Yeah, get out of your Nolan box. I mean, Mike, your friend or your brother, whoever that is, you've got your head so far up a Christopher Nolan's ass you can't see, and it's a really bad place to be. You're really gonna not turn out to be a very good filmmaker because of that. You're not objective, and you've got to pull out. You need bigger perspective. I mean by that, pull out, not out of the ass. You lack perspective. So, you're not streetwise. I can tell that about you already. And you're a filmmaker. You know what I mean? It's a problem. You don't understand people, mankind, society, real things, the real world. And don't be that guy that just is a filmmaker. Don't be Quentin Tarantino, who's like, well, Quentin Tarantino's great. Yeah, but don't be that filmmaker that's just a filmmaker. You won't be original. You won't have an edge. Stop making movies. Stop revering other filmmakers and figure out what you can do that no one's ever done before. Because they already did it. You're only going to be second rate. I'm telling you, is what I'm saying. You're only going to be second rate if you like anything anyone else has done. And that is what you could find with Picasso. That is what you will find with anyone original. They don't like anybody else's work. If you're going to make a difference, grow up. Become something inside. Find it inside. What can you do? Not that's never been done, that's worthwhile. Otherwise, what the fuck? We don't need you if you're going to be the same. That's called second rate. If you want to be first rate, you need to start thinking for yourself. As good as Interstellar is, it's just another space movie, okay? It wasn't groundbreaking. 2001 was groundbreaking. Maybe Interstellar's a better film, but Kubrick did more in his time with film than Nolan did in his time. And sorry if that hurts, but you need perspective. So Nolan was not groundbreaking. He's groundbreaking to an infant who hasn't seen a lot of movies and doesn't know things, lives under a rock. But it's great movie. 9.8 out of 10. Top 100 films of all time, Interstellar. Right? Incredible. Shawshank Redemption, way up there for me. Apocalypse Now. And because of Interstellar, 2001 drops. You know what I mean? Like, 2001 is not as good of a well-made film, right? But I'm talking about the fucking person. Like, Nolan ain't changing cinema. He hasn't changed cinema. He didn't push any fucking envelopes. He made a movie, okay? He made a movie. And it was really good. Orson Welles changed cinema. Kubrick changed cinema. Scorsese changed cinema. De Palma, Stone, Tarantino. There's a reason, Spielberg, there was a reason why they're all icons. They did something new, you know? And I'm not talking about a new visual, a new story. You know, I mean, like, this shit's changing, by the way. Like, the fact that you go and watch a movie on a silver screen alone, on a flat screen, is almost archaic. You know, we're going VR, stories are getting interactive. Pretty soon people will be in the stories. We don't need actors soon. You can pop out a movie in a week with AI in a year, you know? No. Yeah. This is tough love. I'm not bagging on anybody for sure. I mean, it's just that, you know, do you want to be a worthwhile human being or a worthless human being? You have choices. It's your life. You get one to live. You could live it mediocre and safe, or you can pull out. Right on. All right. I got to take a look at some of these positions here. Dish now. But by the way, that concludes our morning stream. I'm going to go on that because I'm going to go eat. I can hear that the food is, I can smell that food is ready. And thank you very much, guys, for listening. And Marcus, there you are. We were worried about you this morning. See you back in the group. And remember, members chat is where we're going to be doing our chatting from now on. All right. And I appreciate every human being on this earth. You are a vessel for potential good, but you know, I might not be there yet. Okay, good luck to everyone.